Hello, our weekly updates, August 30th. A lot of events this week, and this is about me, Lev Selector, PhD, many years of experience, generative AI, large language models, using these new technologies with your private data, cloud architecture, fintech, and so on. You can easily find me. There is a website. I am on LinkedIn, GitHub, YouTube, and Google. Anyway, so big thing is Cerebras. Cerebras is a company, and they manufacture this chip, which is 8.5 by 8.5 inches. So it's the width of standard sheet of paper, and it contains 900,000 AI cores, and it's very fast. So here they put it online so you can try it. So if you go to this link, right, and you see there's a Llama 8B or Llama 70B. So let me ask you a question. Why is the sky blue? And it responds, and you see almost 2,000 tokens per second, right? So this is absolutely amazing. And this is a comparison. So these are regular clouds running H100, for example, Azure, Amazon Cloud, and some others, in comparison with Grok, which is a specialized hardware, and Cerebras, which is absolute winner. Not only it's faster, like look at this picture below. So these are tokens per second for the same model. In this case, it's 70B, Llama 3.1 70B. So Cerebras gives 450 tokens per second, whereas H100 Cloud gives only 20. So Cerebras is like 20 something times faster, but at the same time, it's 5 times cheaper. So this is absolutely amazing new development. Well, Cerebras is not a new thing. They had version 1, then version 2, now they're version 3. They call it Waffle-Scale engine, or WSE, right? The difference between this and NVIDIA is demonstrated on this image. So NVIDIA H100 versus Waffle version 3, right? So first of all, Waffle has 900,000 cores, whereas NVIDIA has only 15,000 cores. So the difference is like 60 times. So this engine has 60 times more cores than NVIDIA. At the same time, connection between the model and memory, so this is GPU memory, it has the model, and it goes back and forth to compute cores, and the bandwidth is only 3 terabytes. Well, I say only, but it's actually very, very respectable. But compare it with Cerebras. Cerebras has 21,000 terabytes per second. So it's 21 petabytes per second compared to 3 terabytes with NVIDIA. So it's amazingly faster because there are a lot of cores and a lot of memory bandwidth. The memory itself on this chip is not that big. It is 44 gigabytes. Well, it is big, but in comparison to H100, which has 80, it's not that big. But it's optimized for fast performance. And Cerebras makes chips, makes boards, make like data centers with those. It's all billions of dollars. It's a big, big, big business. And it's the first time I see that a regular person like you and I can go and actually try them. And next is Jamba. So Jamba somehow got into the leaderboard. I've seen it here. Where is my Jamba? Jamba here. So you see, this is winners on Arena leaderboard for coding. And on the first is GPT-4 and Claude Sonnet and so on. MetaLlama 3.1 is very good, DeepSeek. And Jamba is also here. But some people tested it, claim that it's actually not smart as they thought it is. So, but still, it's achievement that it got in the leaderboard pretty high. Salesforce has unveiled 2 AI agents. Salesforce has analytics platform which is called Einstein. So as part of it, they have Einstein SDR agent, which is a sales development representative. So it's basically just a chat which talks to people who call in, and also sales coach agent. And this agent provides help to human agents. Anyway, there are large language model driven agents to help sales process. Microsoft released 3 new models in their Phi series. So the Phi 3.5 Mini Instruct, Mixture of Experts Instruct, and Vision Instruct. So they're available, they're small but pretty good. Google also come up with 3 new experimental models, Gemini 1.5, so it's a Flash 8B. You see, it's really small. Pro and Flash, they're all available on AI Studio only. pgvectorscale, this is for PostgreSQL database. PostgreSQL was a long time known for having extensions to support vectors, vector similarity search, and this is the new extension. What's good about it is that it's written in Rust and it has very fast performance and cost-effective storage. So this is really good. It achieves 25 lower latency and 75% less cost if you compare it with solutions available on Amazon Cloud. Another piece of news, Anthropic added support for LaTeX rendering in Claude web interface. So again, it's really great. In Anthropic, you have a chat, and next to it, you may have something, what it creates. It may be file, it may be JavaScript, it may be something else. And in this case, it's a document generated with LaTeX, with formulas. So it's very, very good. It's maybe a game changer for people who write articles, papers. Automating thought of search. So this coming from Cornell University and IBM research. So we automate thought of search, completely taking the human out of the loop for solving planning problems. We achieve 100% accuracy with minimal feedback iterations using LLMs on various sizes, and they go step by step. So yeah, this is a great achievement. Everybody is doing a chain of thought and tree of thought and some sort of step-by-step approach. So this is an article which is doing similar thing and very good results. Advanced RAG techniques, community-driven knowledge hub. So this is on GitHub, and they have a lot of techniques all collected in one place. So if you want to learn about RAG, this is a place to go. So if you go here, so you can see like there is a lot of different techniques, and you can learn here. Okay, next is Anthropic Artifacts, which I mentioned on the previous slide. So Anthropic Artifacts may be interactive. So here's, I took one of the artifacts somebody shared, and I added it to my account. This is called Mixin. So this is some conversation with Anthropic, and this is the artifact. So I can switch to code, and you see this is just JavaScript. Well, in this particular case, it's a React framework, and this is preview. So it's running this JavaScript on the right, and it is interactive. So you can select stuff, you can change stuff. Amazing, right? So you can develop, debug your application, do things here, and then you can save it. Very impressive. Next is Google Speculative RAG. So there is a term speculative decoding, which the meaning is that instead of asking big expensive model to answer your question, you first use smaller language models to generate drafts, maybe several drafts. They can do it faster and cheaper. And then you use large model to use the original question and these drafts together to deliver final results. This combined system works faster, it gets better accuracy, it's cheaper because for most heavy lifting you use smaller, cheaper models, maybe local models. So this is speculative decoding. And this particular article, they talk about using this technique for RAG, for retrieval augmented generation. Okay. Now, several things about OpenAI. So OpenAI ChatGPT transforms equations to Python functions. So this is the picture of some equations, and ChatGPT converts it into Python code, in this case using NumPy and so on. It actually made an error here, but well, it doesn't matter because it did most of the heavy lifting on the first try, and then you can change it a little bit yourself. So this is a great thing. ChatGPT hits 200 million weekly users. So this is more than doubled since last year. This is an amazing achievement, of course. OpenAI is in talks to raise a massive amount of money, potentially valuing company at over $100 billion. So there's a Thrive Capital, and there is also Microsoft, and some other companies, even Apple. So we will see. This is from one of the investment websites. OpenAI talks about releasing Orion on Strawberry. So there are no technical details on how it works. Strawberry is the project which delivers better reasoning and math capabilities. And it looks like it will be also used to prepare data to train Orion. And I have no information about Orion. So Orion will use high-quality synthetic data generated by Strawberry using STAR, self-taught reasoner technique from Stanford University. Generate explanations, then select and fine-tune them. Result, proactively self-improving model, better reasoning, less hallucinations, better interaction and problem solving. We may see it this fall, maybe even in September, who knows. So this is a picture of Orion constellation, and this is a picture of Strawberry. Okay, Google GameNGen simulates Doom. Well, this is a picture of the Doom. Actually, this is the picture created by this model, GameNGen. So it interacts with the user in real time and generates those pictures at a speed 20 frames per second while doing it on a single TPU chip. So again, this is absolutely amazing. So there is no game behind it. It plays with you, but what you're playing with, you're actually playing with the neural network. And it mimics this famous game, Doom. Now, a lot of conversations about California new law legislation. It's called SB 1047. And many people against it, even Elon Musk, who was always for legislating, but he's against this, and also OpenAI. Well, but it was voted and passed. Okay, and it requires people who create models to assure that they will not cause bad consequences somehow. AI coding startup magic. So there is a startup company, magic.dev is their website. This is their logo. And yeah, they just raised more than $300 million. They partner with Google, and they created a model which is called LTM2-Mini. LTM stands for long-term memory. And it's amazing. It has 100 million tokens context length. And again, this is not a typo. Remember last year we had like 4,000. Then in winter, Google announced that they had 1 million, then 10 million. Now we're talking about 100 million. It's absolutely amazing. NVIDIA Eagle. So these are models, not one, several models, which can process ultra high resolution images up to 1000 by 1000 pixels, and visual question answering, document comprehension, and so on. This is their publication. A lot of AI investments. So I spoke before that AI startups in US, there were 30 deals with over 100 million in 2024. And in Europe, there are also a lot of big deals. You see 1 billion, 1 billion, half a billion, half a billion, whatever, so big deals. Okay, Alibaba from China released a new model, Qwen2 VL, and this is for vision, right? And it is on GitHub. It's open source, so you can download and use it. And what it can do, it can understand video up to 20 minutes and maintain flow of conversation in real time. So see on Hugging Face, there is also a Twitter post. Llama. a lot of progress. So it's close to 350 million downloads on Hugging Face, marking over 10-fold increase from a year ago. Llama usage doubled from May to July, which is like only in 2 months. Adoption increases, including large companies like Zoom, Spotify, Infosys, AT&T, and Goldman Sachs. So Llama is doing great. Next, I want to talk about gaming. And those of you who play computer games, of course, heard about Steam and a company called Valve, which is behind the Steam. So this is an amazing company. It's a private company. It's founded in 1996, and it has very small number of employees, about 336 employees. And Gabe, aka GameNGen, he leads the company. Originally, there were 2 co-founders, but one of them left a long time ago. And what's interesting about this company is that, well, the amount of money they make, they control about 50 to 70% of market share of PC game downloads. Steam is a platform where people can download games, right? And this is the main source of companies' revenues. So they make about $21 million per person, per employee. It's the lowest paid person makes like $500,000. So how the hell they achieved it? And yeah, the reason why I'm putting it here, one of the reasons is because Valve recently decided to temporarily block AI games from Steam for multiple reasons. They're not against AI, but there is copyright issues, legal issues, which they have because they're a marketplace, right? People download stuff and then they sue, and so this is difficult. But so interesting that number of employees in the company over a period of 9 years fluctuated between 325 and 375, right? And the total spending on gross pay was growing from 300 million to 400 million, and the mean gross pay per employee grew from $500,000 to more than $1 million, and top 35 members make like 4.5 million, and this was 3 years ago, so now it's probably even more. So what's interesting, they have salary and then they have bonus, and the bonus may be 10 times more than the salary. And the way they calculate the bonus, they judge each other through a series of meetings, create ranking, and so on. So it's a complicated system, but there is no management. It's completely flat organization. I guess this is a great example, and they achieve this because they are not public. So they are not managed by external investors. They are not managed by managers. They just work with each other, deciding what to do, and it's very interesting reading about the company. Very good example. So somehow they defeated a famous Parkinson law that bureaucrats multiply, and they're unstoppable. Anyway, Rapid's QDF. So it's a pandas and polars data frames running on CUDA. So Rapid QDF, fast Python data frame library from NVIDIA. It basically ports NumPy, pandas, and polars to run on NVIDIA GPUs. Well, everybody knows NumPy and pandas. Polars is a version of pandas, but written in Rust, multi-threaded, very fast, much faster than pandas. And Rapid, basically a port of all these 3 libraries to run on GPUs. It also supports Apache Arrow, which is a great format allowing for fast reading and writing of this tabular data to and from the disk. So result calculations on data frames are much faster. But by the way, Apache Arrow was created by Wes McKinney, the original creator of pandas. And this is a great project, and it's open source. So these are some links, including GitHub and Polar's website and so on. So Polar's CUDA-DF can achieve up to 150 times faster processing for a 5 gigabyte data set. Polar's is generally faster than pandas with or without NVIDIA CUDA. So I would generally recommend, start using Polars. And if you have NVIDIA, you can use QDF on Polars. Alternative way to speed up calculations is to use CPU with large number of cores. For example, AMD have EPIC series, and for example, this has 128 cores. This EPIC has 96 cores, and by the way, it costs less than $1,000 at Walmart. And Walmart, so you can buy it at Walmart, and this has 48 cores. So this is this 96 cores CPU, and if you use Polars is multi-threaded, so it can use run on these 96 cores in parallel, so you'll have very fast performance. First of all, because Polars is faster than Pandas, and second, because it's multi-threaded over many cores. And this is just a diagram to show Apache Arrow data format, and this is Polars API. Anyway, how to create AI web applications, and there are multiple ways, but I just want to mention three. One is FastHTML. This is a new framework coming from Jeremy Howard from Australia. He's a genius, he is great. We started working with it, it's unbelievably good. Here are some links. I just so excited that he created it, because it's so easy to use, and at the same time the result is very concise and elegant and manageable. It's really great. V0 by Vercel. So you go to this website, and here I'll show you. And you can start writing, and you talk to the system, and you end up getting the code written for you. They use Next.js, and the code they will give you for the app will be in this Next.js. This is a React framework, so it's JavaScript. But it's good that you don't have to write code yourself. You just talk to it, and it writes code for you. Another interesting framework is LangGraph. So these are the same people who created LangChain, and they have a LangChain Studio, and I don't know if you can see it, but it generates the diagram. So you can create, let's say, a system with multiple agents and how they connected with each other, and it's interactive. You can drag those things, you can add elements to the diagram, and it also generates the code, which then you can run. Okay, so these are three interesting frameworks. There are so many more, but let's just stop here. Okay, leaderboard arena for English-only queries, ChatGPT leads again. Remember, it was some Gemini Google models, and it was Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and somehow OpenAI always manages to beat them. And by the way, OpenAI is a small company. There used to be 500 people, now maybe they're 1,500 people. But if you compare it with Google or with Microsoft or other big companies, they're really, really small. But somehow they always manage to regain the first place. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, the green spots are for open source models. So you see MetaLlama, Athena, which is also fine-tuned MetaLlama, again MetaLlama, DeepSeek, which is a coding model, Jamba from Google, and Nematron from NVIDIA. So this is for English queries, and this is for coding. And again, OpenAI is first place, Claude, OpenAI, Google, Grok. So Grok, it's Elon Musk Twitter or X.ai. It also was here on the second place. It's actually a great achievement, but it's a big model. It's hosted, but it's good. And you have, what else you have? MetaLlama, Athena, which is MetaLlama, DeepSeek, Jamba, which I spoke, which is a Mamba technology. It's a good feature that it supports very long context length. And the Gemma again from Google, open sourced. Okay, as far as tech layoff, it's about the same as was last week. And that's it for today. Thank you.